Good evening, sir. I am Zuniga Divine Grace, the last reporter of Group 6. So, my report it's all about the definition of terms. And first, I will read lost fibers that are not bundled or packaged in suitable bodies. So, lost fibers typically refer to individual strands or filaments of a material such as fabric, yarn, or insulation that have become detached or separated from the main body of the material. And next is loose house, a separate detached building in which unbuilt combustible fibers are stored. And third is machinery room, a specific room which is permanently installed and used for the operation of machineries. Closets solely contained within an opening on the entire room shall be considered a part of such room. So, machinery rooms are designed to provide safe and controlled environments for the operation and maintenance of this system. So, next is magnesium. Magnesium is a highly flammable metal which burns to over 2,980 degrees Celsius. It is used as a principal element of aluminum alloy for the manufacture of mobile phones, laptops, computers, cameras, and other electronic components, beverage cans, flashlight, photography, flares, pyrotechnics, fireworks, sparkles, automotive, and truck components. So, it is also used in various industrial applications such as in the production of aluminum alloys and in the manufacture of electronic devices. Um, Next is material safety data. So, it's a form that contains data and information regarding the properties of particular substances and maximum allowable working pressure. So, or MAWP is the maximum pressure permissible at the top of a container in its operating position for a designated temperature as established by the container manufacturer. So, next is means of egress. It's a continuous and unobstructed route of exit from one point in a building, structure, or facility to a public way. So, egress, it means egress it means in building and fire safety. The means of egress refers to the path of road that people use to exit in building safety in case of an emergency such as fire. So for example, ani makita nato ni sa mall nga na kanang nasilay fire exit, makita ninyo na dito, makita nato na dito. So next is um, medical air, a type of air product produced through the blending of compressed nitrogen and oxygen and used in variety of patients application. It is also used during anesthesia or a substitute for nitrous oxide to reduce the highly concentration of oxygen exposure. So when we say medical air, is a specialized form of compressed air that is produced and used in medical facilities for various purposes. Um, it's an essential component of medical gas system in hospital, clinics, and other healthcare settings. So next is medical gas, a type of gas used in medical and similar facilities, including decal air and mixtures, right? Nitrogen, carbon, facilite, helium, air of these gases. So, medical gas refer to the gases that are used for medical purposes, such as diagnosis, treatment, or life support. Um, proper handling, handling, storage, and administration of medical gases are essential to ensure patient safety, the effectiveness of medical treatment. Next is nesting, a method of securing flat-bottom compressed gas containers upright in a tight mass using a contiguous thread paint contact system whereby all containers within a group have a minimum of 3 points of contact with another containers, walls, or bracing. So next is occupancy. The purpose for which a building or portion thereof is used or intended to be used. And the occupant load is the maximum number of persons that may be allowed to occupy a particular building, structure, or facility, or portion hereof. And next is occupant. Any person actually occupying and using a building or portions thereof by virtue of lease, contract with the owner or administrator, or by permission or sufferance of the latter. And next is oil burning equipment. An oil burner of any type together with its tank, piping, wiring controls, blower, and related devices, and shall include all oil-fired units, heating and cooking appliances. Muna siya. Third, next is organic coating. Organic coating, a liquid mixture of builders such as alkyd, nitrocellulose, acrylic or oil, and flammable and combustible solvents such as hydrocarbon, ester, ketone, or alcohol, which when spread on a surface becomes a durable, protective, and decorative finish. So when we say organic coating, are protective layers applied to surfaces to enhance their durability, appearance, and resistance to corrosion or other environmental factors. These coatings are composed of organic compounds such as resins, binders, solvents, and additives. So, next, organic peroxide, a strong oxidizing organic compound which releases oxygen readily. It causes fire when in contact with combustible materials, especially under conditions of high temperature. So, organic parasites are highly flammable and can be explosive under certain conditions. So, they require careful handling and storage to prevent accidents. So, kinahanglan mag-careful taan na niya para malikali taong accidents. So, second is overloading. The use of one or more electrical appliances or devices which draw or consume electrical current beyond the design capacity of the existing electrical system. So, if mag-use ka more electrical appliances or devices, mo ni siya mo-consume sa electrical. Dako ang ma-consume niya nga electrical. And next is owner. Owner is the person who holds the legal right of possession or title to a building or real property. So, when we say owner, ang owner mo ni siya tag-iya sa usa ka building, and mo ni siya right nga ana usa ka building gitungod iyan ang building. And next is oxidizing material. A material that readily yields oxygen in quantities sufficient to stimulate or support combustion. Next is ozone-depleting refrigerant substance. Any group of halogenated hydrocarbon chemics which photochemically reacts in the stratosphere in a way which destroys the ozone layer. And so next is panic hardware. Panic hardware, a mechanical device consisting of linkages and horizontal bars across a door, which when pushed from the inside will cause the door to open and facilities exit from the building structure or facility. So, I have here example of panic hardware. So, here. So, mao ni siya ang example sa panic hardware. For example, ani sa arena, makita ni siya sa exit. Na po na siya entrance. Makita na siya. So, next is picking rooms. Rooms where balled, bundled, or piled materials are segregated into desired sizes or groups. So, plastic. A group of plastics plastic materials having heat combustion much higher than that of ordinary combustibles and burning rate higher than of Group B plastic. Group B plastic materials having heat of combustion and burning rate higher than that of ordinary combustibles, but not as high as those of Group A plastics. And Group C plastic materials having heat of combustion and burning rate similar to those of ordinary combustibles. So, next is plenum. Plenum, an air compartment or chamber to which one or more ducts connected and which form part of an air distribution to system. So, portable tank. Any closed vessel having a liquid capacity over 270 liters and not intended for fixed installation. And next is fire safety practitioner. Any qualified person recognized by the BFT engaged in, but not limited to the design, construction, installation, repair and maintenance, assessment, and rehabilitation of fire safety construction, suppression and control system, protective and warning system, and life safety related services are employed as a safety officer of public and private establishment companies. So, pressurized or forced drop burning equipment. Any type of burner where the fuel is subjected to pressure prior to discharge into the combustion chamber and or which includes fans or other provisions for the instruction of air at above normal atmospheric pressure into the same combustion chamber. Next is propeller. Propeller, an inclusive term for all parts, appurtenances, and accessories of a propeller. So, I have an example here. Muna siya ang propeller. Muna siya example sa propeller. So, nakita naman sa tanong. So, next is proscenium wall, a fire-resistive wall which separates a stage or enclosed platform from the public or spectators area of an auditorium or theater. So, I think na ako'y example ana is muna siya example sa proscenium wall. Muna siya proscenium wall. And then next is public way. Any street, alley, or other strip of land unobstructed from the roof to the sky dedicated or others permanently appropriated for public use. So, when we say public way, so alagyan yun na siya public kanang unlike sa private nga ang private is katong mga authorized person lang nga pwede ana nga mo kuan and then next is pyrophoric. Pyrophoric, descriptive of any substance that ignites spontaneously when exposed to air. So, when we say pyrophoric, refers to a substance that spontaneously ignites. So, mga siya ang pyrophoric. Then, next is recapping, a process of restoring used tire to a usable condition by bonding new rubber into the worn, thread, and lateral surface. And refining, a process where impurities and or deleterious materials are removed from a mixture in order to produce a pure element or compound. It shall also refer to partially distillation and electrolysis. Next is refrigerating system, a system of four major components, namely the compressor, condenser, expansion valve, the evaporator, through which is a very low boiling point substance, a refrigerant flow in cycle and absorbs heat from the immediate surroundings, thereby producing the cooling effect, also known as the refrigerating effect. So, next is roll coating. Ang roll coating, a process of coating, spreading, and impregnating fabric, paper, or other materials as they are passed directly through a tank or through containing flammable or combustible liquids or other surface of a roller in volume partially submerged in a flammable or combustible liquids. So, next is safety can. An approved container of not more than 18 and 9/10 liter capacity, having a spring closing lid and spout cover, and so designed that it will safely relieve internal pressure when subjected to fire exposure. So, next is safety factor. It is the ratio of the design burst pressure to the maximum working pressure and shall not be less than 4 salvage yards or shop. An inclusive term that refers to wrecking yards, junk yards, or waste material handling plants, shops which can be used interchangeably. So, salvage yards or shops, it refers to plants or shops na makita na dito na to na makita. And next is self-closing doors, automatic closing doors that are designed to confine smoke and heat and delay the spread of fire. So, self-closing doors, kato na yung mga doors nga direct, if makasmell siya ganang aso, mo direct na siya close, mo iairan na siya close, mo na siyang self-closing doors. Next is melting, refers to the process of melting or fusing metallic ores or compounds so as to separate impurities from the pure metals. So, ang smelting mo na siya separate sa impurities from pure metals. So, next is smoke develop rating. Refers to the rating of a combustible materials based on the density and volume of smoke developed within a certain period of time when the surface are ignited. So, when we say smoke develop rating, it refers to rating of a combustible materials. So, next is smoking area. A designated area where smoking is permitted within premises where smoking is otherwise generally prohibited. So, ang smoking area is muna siya ang area nga ang smoking ang pagpanigarilyo is permit na siya nga diha ka manigarilyo and kana nga area is safe na siya to sa mga tao nga ganahan manigarilyo mo na siya nga place nga safe na siya nga walay materials nga materials nga pwede nga makuan sa smoke kanang for example kanang manglabay-labay sa kuan sa smoke mo na siya. Next is source of ignition. A source of energy sufficient to ignite a flammable atmosphere and enclose open flames, smoking, incandescent material, electrical welding arcs, and electrical or mechanical equipment not suitable for use in particular hazard zone. So, special bank and accountable from transfer to the EGDB or EGSB through a memorandum receipt, which shall be issued as an proof of payment in the collection of the fees and charge imposed to pursuit of the statutory and regulation functions of the BFP. So, then next is spray boat. Spray boat, a mechanically ventilated appliance of varying dimensions and construction provided to enclose or accommodate a spraying operation and to confine and limit the escape of spray vapor and residue and to exhaust it safely. So, when we say spray boat, and more siya ang mechanical appliance of varying dimension and kakonstruct ni siya to provide enclose or ga-communicate sa spraying operation. And spraying area, any area in which dangerous quantities of flammable vapors or mist or combustible residue, dust or deposits are present due to the operation of spraying process. So, Sprinkler system, an integrated network of hydraulically designed piping system installed in a building structure or area with outlets arranged in a systematic pattern which automatically discharge water when activated by heat or com- combustion products from a fire. So, if ang systematic pattern ani is kung automatic ma-discharge siya when ma-activated ma-activated by heat or combustion products from a fire, automatically ma-discharge siya. Then, stage, a partially enclosed portion of assembly building which is designed or used for the presentation of plays, demonstration, or other entertainment activities wherein scenery, drops, or other effects may be installed or used, and where in distance between the top of the proscenium opening and the ceiling above the stage in more than 152 centimeters. So when we say stage, mo ni siya ang building nga ga-design para mayo sa kanang, for example, ano na yung mga presentation of plays, mga mag-demonstrate mo na siya ginagamit. And then, or demonstrate or other activities nga mag-need sila o stage, nga need nila ang stage na sa mga presentation. And next is standpipe system. When we say standpipe system, a system of vertical pipes in a building to which fire hoses can be attached on each floor, including system by which water is made available to water outlets. Outlets is needed. So, when we say standpipe system, kato ni siya mga naasa makita sa mga sa BFP nga kato host na siya, taas na siya nga if na fire muna siya ginagamit para dito maagi ang tubig, then muna is like muna ang ginagamit to spray sa mga katong na yung mga sunog ana muna ginagamit nga hose kanang kaning standpipe system kani muna siya ang fire hoses nga makita nato ni siya sa gamit sa mga BFP, ginagamit niya sa mga BFP. Some pit, the lowest part of mine bowl, tank, or a hole in the ground as to collect water, waste water and sludge for purposes of draining through submersible pump. The next is tank truck, any single self-propelled motor vehicle equipped with a cargo tank mounted their own and used for the transportation of flammable and combustible liquids. So tank truck, example ani kanang gasolina kanang kanang truck nga ginagamit sa kanang sulod nila is gasoline mo na example ana para mohato dito sa gasoline station. And tank vehicle, any vehicle carrying or towing a cargo tank used for transporting flammable fluids or hazardous chemicals. Ang tank vehicle mga na pa siya ang ginagamit para mo gaga-transfer ni siya mga flammable fluids or mga hazardous chemicals. So, next is tank full trailer, any vehicle with or without auxiliary motive power equipped with a cargo tank mounted their own or built as an integral part thereof, used for the transportation of flammable and combustible liquids, and so constructed that partially all of its weight and load rest on its own wheels. Next is tank semi-trailer, any vehicle with or without auxiliary motive power equipped with a cargo tank mounted their own or built an integral part thereof, used for the transportation of flammable and combustible liquids, and so constructed that when drawn by a tractor by means of a fifth wheel connection, some parts of its load and weight rest upon the towing vehicle. So next is thermal insecticidal fogging liquid, any insecticidal liquid specifically designed an aerosolizing from a terminal fog liquid in a unit in the form of an aerosol fog, which is lethal to fog organisms and insects. Example ani is terminal insecticidal fogging liquids deltamethrin, cyflothrin, malathion, primrose, methyl, and phenitration. So next is thermal insectual fogging. That utilization of any insecticidal liquids pass through thermal fog generating units, where by means of heat, pressure, and turbulence, such liquids are transformed and discharged in the form of fog or mist blown into area to be treated. So, ang ang mga liquids ani mo transform na siya, then mawala in pag wala ani, if ang liquid is mawala na siya, then mo transform ni siya of fog. Fog or mist blown. Then trust to stage the portion of a stage which project into the audience on the audience side of proscenium wall or opening. So here are example, mo siya example sa trust stage. Next is tooth box, a box constructed for use in the handling of stocks in process or finished stocks while in tooth box storerooms. So tooth box storerooms, dito ni siya ang mga stocks nga gina-process or kanang finished stocks, dito na siya. Use water, liquid waste generated by treatment plants, housekeeping, operation and maintenance, laboratory activities, including but not limited to washing, flushing, and cleaning activities. It also includes the cleaning, flushing, and draining water that bear dirt and sludge from sedimentation basins, settling tank, and other treatment process and unit operation facilities, and backwash water generated in the backwashing, cleaning, and flushing of the filter media or bed. So use water. So this is very so important, kaning use water. By siyempre ginagamit nato na sa human, ginagamit nato na, and sa mga plants, food, ginagamit nato dan, those operations, maintenance, and laboratory activities, ginagamit yun. And water is very very important to us. Next is ventilation, the process of supplying or removing air by natural or mechanical means to or from any space, such as air may or may not have been conditioned. So vertical shaft, an enclosed vertical space of passage that extends from floor to floor, as well as from the base to the top of building. So vestibule, a passage hall or antechamber between the outer doors and the interior parts of the house building. So ventilation refers to the copious flushing of an area with fresh air for the mitigation or explosion and other fire hazards. And water treatment plants, single or compact or multi-stage units and combination of unit process and operation system, including but not limited to their facilities, appurtenancy, service areas, and premises for the purification or treatment of raw water or water from a source that requires removal and reduction of impurities or improvement of its quality to comply with water quality standards and prescribed by the concerned government agency, intended for public use or a specific industrial applications. So wastewater, liquid waste generated by human activity that use water and or those water that come from residential, commercial, institutional, recreational, industrial, agricultural, and other facilities, similar occupancies, and related activities. So wastewater, so in my opinion and in my own understanding, in water ginagamit siya, wastewater is katuning ginagamit sa mga sa agriculture, sa mga agricultural and sa mga other facilities nga nagamit ani. Wastewater treatment plants, single or compact or multi-stage units and organization of unit process operations, including but not limited to their system, including not limited facilities, appurtenances, service areas, and premises for the treatment of used water or wastewater generated by residential, recreational, institutional, commercial, and industrial, and other similar premises and related activities that require the removal and reduction of contaminants. So, similar activities and related activities that require the removal and reduction of contaminants and pollutants or improvement of its quality to comply with influent water quality standard of receiving body of water of environment as prescribed the conservative. So in my own opinion, wastewater treatment plants. So ang treatment plants is to those plants nga ginagamit ni siya sa to treat plants nga katong mga plants nga need siya water especially karon nga karon nga karon nga um, so especially karon nga El Nino na, and sa tong panahon karon is init na jud kayo siya, and daghan kay mga plants nga nagadaot or nangamatay na tungod sa kainit. So ang water waste treatment plants is very kuan jud na siya kana important to those plants nga need of water. And that's all my report, sir. Thank you and have a blessed day.